All right, we are live, or we should be at least, hopefully. I am Spectre with the Game Reactionist here, so we are going to do something a little bit different. We've been doing a lot of Resident Evil lately, so I thought I'd spice things up a little bit and do something a little bit different. This is a very new, very polarizing game, Callisto Protocol. I am definitely in the, I would say I'm in the recommend it camp, and I know I'm a minority in that because it seems like everyone has decided that this was a disappointment, and I understand why. I mean, in some ways, there were certain aspects of it I think could have been done a lot better, but I've really enjoyed it. I've played through it about 2 or 3 times now, so we're going to do a hardcore run. So we'll get that started here. And the intro has a pretty lengthy cutscene, so I can do a little bit more explaining after that. Let's see. Brightness should be fine. Everything should be fine here. I don't know why it's asking that again. All right. So for this run, I'm not going to really be focusing on grabbing like the audio logs or things like that. So this isn't really like a story-focused type of run. This is just to try out hardcore mode, see how it is, and how it compares to maximum security mode, which was the previous highest difficulty. So yeah, so like I was saying, this is a very polarizing game. I was kind of surprised how much hate this game has gotten. It's really kind of shocking. It is obviously meant to be a spiritual successor to Dead Space, and in that regard, I think it does a fairly decent job. Keeping in mind that Dead Space 1 was in itself, a flawed game that I think was a great setup for an amazing sequel. Dead Space 2 is awesome. I think Dead Space 2 is a legit awesome game. Dead Space 1, fun, but I mean, it had a lot of things that were left to be desired. Actually, it's kind of funny how the flaws of Dead Space 1 are kind of similar to the issues that with Callisto Protocol. There was a very mediocre story. Characters really weren't all that developed. It was, they both looked decent, and I think Callisto looks amazing. Callisto is probably, I would argue, the best looking game of 2022 here. So I mean, that's really, I've yet to see anybody argue against that. I think everyone seems to at least have a consensus that visually they knocked this out of the park, and maybe that's why they had to cut back in other areas here. So yeah, this is still the intro cutscene here, and we got a pretty lengthy kind of just tutorial section here. But yeah, so graphically, the game extremely strong. I guess I'm kind of going into like a review of it here all of a sudden, but so yeah, so graphically, game's very strong. I think people where people have issues with the game is not even really the story side of it. The story side of it is serviceable. It does its job. No worse than most games. No better than a lot of games either. It's there to get you from point A to point B. I think it sets up a fairly interesting mystery at the end. I think that's something, at least it sets up for sequels in the future. But yeah, I mean, so I think where people have their gripes with this game is the combat. And I get it. It's okay. We'll get started here. All right. So I don't think it actually lets you. That's right. It doesn't let you actually do certain like things are restricted here until it actually shows you that. So this is just a tutorial kind of area. But yeah, the combat. I understand how people were kind of upset by that. I mean, it's very different from a lot of other games kind of in this genre. It's very melee focused. It's very in your face, and the dodging mechanic of it, I think a lot of people feel like it just was implemented poorly, which I can understand that argument. I think what I've suggested with it is, because I mean, basically what happens is it boils down to it's kind of like Punch Out. You can dodge attacks left right. You just hold down the stick on a controller, or like A or D on your keyboard. I'm playing on PC, of course, here, as I always do. But yeah, so that, I mean, it's the dodging mechanic is very it's very simplistic. It's very straightforward. I think what balanced things out a little bit more was, at least prior to the second patch that they made for this game, the enemy AI was very brutal, very unforgiving in terms of they liked to gang up on you. So there's a lot of encounters in the game where you have multiple enemies in front of you, and before they made the AI changes, they really didn't wait their turn. Now everything is sort of like this polite kind of like duel where enemies will all attack you, but they'll do it in in sort of like, they'll wait for their buddy to attack, and then they'll attack, and it's just they're not really going to attack on a turn. They don't really gang up on you. So I think that's what kind of balanced out the infinite dodging mechanic. So I think with that, I think what they'd have to do to make this a lot more challenging is either bring that back, which I think they should, or what I've suggested was add some sort of stamina mechanic to dodging, or make undodgeable attacks, and that would kind of balance things out a lot more. What I would have would be like undodgeable attacks that could be blocked. So that would be kind of an incentive to use the blocking, because there's a blocking mechanic in the game. You just don't really. I usually just block by accident sometimes because I have the control stick in the wrong direction. So I think that would be a nice way to kind of use that mechanic that already exists in the game and kind of make that useful actually, while nerfing the dodging mechanic, which I think makes the combat, like I said, way too straightforward. Or like I said, just change the AI back to how it was at launch, and I think that would make things a lot better. Enemies should be able to gang up on you. These are monsters. This isn't this isn't Fight Club here, and they're not going to just politely wait a turn. This isn't boxing. They're hideous monsters that have lost all reason, so they're gonna swarm you like zombies. That would be how I would see it. So if you're in a situation, and the challenge of the game would be to juggle and control enemies, which the game gives you plenty of tools to do with certain melee attacks, area melee attacks, and like swings, the grip ability, which is like the telekinesis ability in this game. So I think there's a lot of ways to handle that. But I think they need to change. I'm really curious to see what they do with the what is it called, contagion mode. So it's we'll see how that actually works out, because it's oh my god, I'm already asleep. Shut up. Yeah, so the contagion mode is supposed to give us a permadeath and customizable difficulty, which that'll be interesting to see how they implement that. I don't know what they mean by customizable difficulty, so we will see how that actually works out. But yeah, I know Rorschach really wanted to be here to comment on the game directly, but he's really looking forward to this. Sarcasm. Let's see. And I'll say for his sake, in the beginning here, they do mention terraforming later in the game, so if you want an explanation for how Jacob is still alive here after the crash, so presumably they started terraforming. It's mentioned later in the game they started terraforming in one of the audio logs. We don't know, they don't give any details about how far they got. Obviously the planet still looks like a frozen hellscape, but we do know that they started doing some sort of terraforming, but then they stopped. See, I love the graphics on this. It looks fantastic. But yeah, so so I'm willing to admit, like I said, the combat could be it needs to change. You need to either revert back to the original game where AI can the AI could gang up on you. I think they should have that ability. But I mean, it's still actually you can kind of see remnants of it too, because there's certain there's like these grabber enemies that you'll come across in the game that'll lunge at you and pull you in. Enemies can actually still attack you while you're being grabbed and pulled in. So there's some remnants of the original AI in there. It's just that I think people complained about it for some reason, and because it was kind of punishing, I guess. And they changed it, and I think it's a significantly easier and worse game now because of it. Still enjoyable, but I think they need to figure out the combat here. I'm hoping that whatever they do with the contagion mode will change things around a little bit, or at least give us the option to. I think that would be the best choice. If you just leave the current AI as it is for people that want an easier experience, and then give an option to like switch back to the original, or like kind of roll back the patch in a way. So I think that would be great. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, I compare this game, I mean, very obviously directly to Dead Space. I mean, I think it's similar in a lot of ways. It's you'll see a lot of echoes of both in each other. I don't know. A lot of the same complaints people were making about, or some of the complaints people were making about this game. I'm like, okay, well, that was the same thing in Dead Space. I mean, that game got like a 90 on Metacritic or something. People loved that game, even though I don't think it got great until Dead Space 2. But yeah, Callisto is pretty linear. Dead Space is pretty linear. Enemy variety. It's almost like just a remix of the Dead Space monster lineup. You have your basic brawler types. You have explodey enemies. You have enemies that attach themselves on walls. You have little enemies that jump on you. Same kind of basic idea. So, I don't know. I'm not saying this is a timeless classic by any stretch of the imagination. I would give this game I don't like giving scores to games really. I like to just either recommend or not recommend it. And I recommend this for certain groups of gamers that would they're looking for that kind of Dead Space-esque survival horror third-person action experience. I think you'll enjoy it. Your mileage will vary on it. Maybe don't buy it at full price. Maybe wait for all the DLC to come out. For me, I was curious about this game. I was following it since it was announced, and I knew I had to try it out right away. Every choice in your life has led you here to this moment. So I think my strategy here, I'm not going to be doing any sort of like glitches, or I don't even know what glitches are even like, and skips are even left in the game at this point. I was watching some of the speedrunners going through this, and I'm not a speedrunner by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm going to do pretty much a fairly legit run, and I might test out one of the skips just to see if it's actually still there. I'm just curious. I just love that last part. But this will be a pretty straightforward, fair run. I know that in hardcore, the credits and item drops, stuff like that, are severely limited, which was one of the criticisms of the main game. I think it is overly generous, and I'd agree on that with credits and healing items and stuff like that. Batteries especially, it's overly generous with it. Batteries are one of the most overpowered items, I would say, because grip is just so powerful. But at least you can't craft batteries, so that's, that would just make the game,
So whatever it is you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta let that go, because your new life is entirely...
I said the models here, graphics, everything looks fantastic. I will say, and here I'll give another criticism to the game. I do think they really didn't leverage the prison setting enough. I think it would have been interesting to. I don't know how they would have done it exactly, but it just feels like I mean, it's a cool setting. A prison's a cool idea. It's a kind of a natural video game setting. It's you're locked in. You got all these violent people around you. It's kind of there's a lot of things you can do with it, but I don't think they really leveraged the setting all that well. You could have just as easily made this like a Ishimura type of thing, where maybe just like a mining thing, or the colony you go to later. You can just say he has to drop off a package for the colony or whatever. You could have easily written out the prison out of it and just made something else. But
with a core device.
Doctor, he's not in the system. We don't know.
Just prep the device.
What device? No.
From my understanding, Glenn Schofield had always wanted Dead Space to originally take place in a prison, so this was kind of the sort of like a realization of that, from my understanding of it at least.
Doctor, he's flatlining.
Injector.
But yeah, other than that, I can't really think of like any other like criticisms to really address. I mean, I agree with a lot of them too. I mean, I still think it's a great game. I still think it works as a spiritual successor to Dead Space, and I'd love to see a sequel where they take the same engine and some of the same ideas of the combat and run with them and make them even better. Like I said, like how Dead Space 2 was a significant improvement on Dead Space 1, but I don't know. We'll see how the I know that the sales were. That's right. I gotta turn around and look for the. Okay. When's the thing gonna spawn here? I gotta. It's supposed to be like a little. There it is. Okay. Yeah. No. Hopefully there's a sequel. I know the sales are disappointing. Not what they expected. But I'd like to see what they could do with a sequel.
All security personnel report to the main cell block. This is not a drill. Please remain calm.
I don't think the tutorial that you encounter here really explains the dodging mechanic and everything all that well either.
Something's not right.
Oh, it's still got my Outer Way skin on. That's one of the DLC skins they added. There's actually a surprising amount of skins for this game. Originally, I thought it was just like one or two skins, but they actually have a decent number of different skins available. Alright, so make our way over to Elias here. We shall see how far I get in. I will keep track of time. Alright, so talk to Elias here.
Come on! Bruv, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know what the hell's going on. My ship crashed. I got thrown in here, and then I
don't really have an issue with anybody's performance in the game either. I think all the performances were pretty serviceable. I mean,
I know this place. I've got a plan to get out. If you help me out of this
like I said, I'm using Dead Space as the basis for comparison, and the devs for this, I think, obviously did not shy away from trying to kind of recapture that,
Don't leave me hanging.
These boxes and stuff that come up, I think they could have made this into like a mini game or something here. Just I don't know. I miss things like that, like just like little. You just don't see that in games anymore. It's always just like tap a button, open a door. I like give me like a little puzzle or something to open a door. It doesn't have to be like, Mensa tier. But I mean, just like something. It feels like, it feels like I'm opening the door. Like there's no like challenge to it whatsoever. Like give it like a puzzle or some little thing here, like a circuit thing I have to connect or something like that. Like here again, just kind of. And the cutscenes in this game are unskippable at this time. I know it's something that they probably will change eventually, but we will be watching all the cutscenes because we don't have a choice, which is okay. They're not like Metal Gear length or anything like that. I should turn off the QTEs that I hate. QTEs in general, so I think there's an option to turn them off. I should just get rid of them. There's no skill component to them or anything with this. It's just in this game it's basically just mash Y for every QTE, aside from like one or two sections. So we'll see how I do for deaths in the game here too. I always have a death or two on the goofy slip and slide, so we'll see how it happens with I'm predicting there'll be one, so. I almost want to get hit just to see what the damage is like. So I think the first thing I'm going to upgrade is the, what's it called? Yeah, well, there's not much credits there. Although I don't think this one really gives you many credits to begin with anyways. First thing I'm going to upgrade is there's a once I get the baton, which will be pretty soon. There's an upgrade to basically knock the creature's arms off. That's significantly speeds up the melee. There's also a straight damage upgrade too, but actually the breaking the arm off thing not only makes it the fighting a little bit more straightforward and easy, it also makes it so it's a little bit faster because
It didn't seem human.
What do you want about?
I know what I saw.
Look, this place can mess with your head. This is our chance. Whatever it was you saw, it's all the more reason to get out of here. You see that watchtower?
Yeah.
That's our first stop. Meet me there.
I have a pretty good memory of like all the optional areas and stuff. I just realized I didn't check to make sure this was 10 AP. Let's hope it is. I checked everything else, but I forgot to check that. Let's just hope it is, though. I feel like I have my effects volume down like really well. Yeah, these guys take much more of a beating than they normally do. So. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so there's going to be, there's actually going to be, there's no guarantee of a drop from enemies either now. Normally there's always going to be credits or ammo or something, but on hardcore, not every enemy will drop things. So we'll go away from here. I know there's another guy coming up over here. Yeah, I did a maximum security run when it came out. I did a then I had to do 2 new game plus runs to max out everything. Let's get some nice hits on him right away. But main difference on this, aside from more damage, is I know they mutate faster, but we don't have to worry about mutations until a little bit later in the game. Alright, are you going to drop something for me? Okay, some credits. Yeah, just, you get like no credits. That's okay. I don't think we're actually going to be using the health injectors. We're probably just going to be selling them.
Speak.
Alright, go down to this little area here.
Elias, something's wrong with the elevator. I'm heading down, not up.
I tweaked the settings a little bit, so looks like FPS should be good here. This shouldn't really be a lot of stuttering. That was the other major criticism I forgot to talk about. So, especially on PC, and I saw this firsthand myself too, there's a lot of optimization issues at launch. The game would just stutter like crazy in certain high effects areas. I don't think there's anything over here. It would just be a stuttering mess. Like you couldn't. It was unplayable in some areas of the game. There were some game-breaking bugs as well too. I didn't actually encounter any of them, but I know Rorschach encountered one on Xbox. So, to their credit, they fixed the issues pretty quickly. Let's see. I know there's some items. There's like something in one of these rooms. But I know, yeah, he encountered like a game-breaking bug or whatever. But everything's kind of patched at this point now. And I mean, the patches have been so far so good. I mean, they added a new game plus mode. They added, they fixed the stuttering issues. And pretty much all the issues now on PC are gone. Obviously, I mean, especially on PC, kind of optimize your settings for what you got, and don't have ray tracing on. It's not worth it. I don't turn ray tracing on for any game. I don't understand Performance dip myself. Oh, really 1 credit? Really barely even worth me going into the room here. Okay, wow, yeah, it really is kind of bare bones with the items and stuff here. So I'm probably just gonna focus on. I think I'm only gonna use like maybe 2, maybe 3 guns. Because really all you need is the riot gun once you get that later in the game. You get that for free. That's, I would argue, probably the best gun.
You hurt?
But yeah, so performance issues taken care of. Oh, what did I get here? Oh, here we go. Here's some actual. Here's some cash. I wonder if I get like a big burst of cash later on here too. Once you you get like a decent amount of credits, I think, when you get the gun. But yeah, so yeah, performance issue. I totally understand that. I mean, I mean, that's frustrating as hell. I encountered a little bit of it myself in one particular area of the game, but it wasn't game breaking for me. I reloaded the checkpoint and I did it again, and it was fine. And I just tweaked the settings a little bit, and everything was okay. I didn't realize I had like ray tracing on when I first booted up the game. I didn't really do anything with the settings. I just had everything running on ultra. I have a 3070, and it seemed like it was handling just fine. But yeah, I understand. Yeah, I mean,
Lethal Force has been
that's
authorized.
Probably a product of them just rushing the game out. I mean, and sadly, this isn't the
Area
only
secure.
or even most recent
Moving to
example
medical
of that
sector.
performance issues and bad optimization, especially for PC. It really kind of like takes the incentive out of like pre-ordering too. I mean,
No
I just
activity detected.
they need to. I don't know. If I was like a PR guy at like a publisher now, I'd be out there saying like doing everything I can for whatever game's coming out that's being released. Whether it's Star Wars coming up or whatever. Just kind of reassuring everybody, hey, we're really testing this, we're really optimizing everything. It's
No movement detected.
that's right. We got our little stealth section here. So there's a couple optional areas here. So we got a few seconds here. So yeah, so that's what I would.
Lethal Force authorized.
Come on, move, buddy. Let's see. Does it trigger? I think I have to walk past him first. And, he'll move on.
Can't let him see me.
Thanks, Jacob. Yeah. No. Yeah,
Black
I'll
Iron
let the
security unit
killer robot see
active.
ya. That'd be a good idea. I know this thing likes to fake you out at some point too. It likes to turns around at some point here. Okay, that's right. Okay, so I have to. I know sometimes I'll go for this.
Weapon systems online.
Sometimes I go for that door too early, and it hasn't moved on yet. So like, how much more tense would this be if you could actually there's like a little puzzle you had to solve here, and it would actually it's on like a fixed path here. I mean, if it did like more of a dynamic patrol, that would be kind of a tense thing. But yeah, I think the stealth in this game is it's very rudimentary. It's not really well implemented. It's actually an area where Rorschach and I disagree. Like
Scanning for
there's going to be a chapter later in the game, about 2/3 of the way for the game, that's very, very stealth heavy. I personally did not like that section. I think it's just not well done. I think it's too easy. The stealth mechanics, and I'll talk about it when we get to that section. The stealth mechanics in the game are just it's just too easy. I feel like you have to run up to somebody and give them a hug for them to detect you. Let's see. So I know there's an optional area over by the showers there. I might just skip it. I don't think there's anything really that's all that important over there from what I remember. I could be wrong, but really there's nothing here. Okay, so yeah, that's where you have to grab the fuse. Yeah, the showers has like 3 enemies in there. I don't really feel the need to clear that area. So yeah, that robot's just going to stand at the end of the hall now. Just guard that area. I think there's a, what's it called in this thingy, but whatever, we'll just give it a shot here. Yep, I was right. That's okay. They don't really do any, the ones you gotta watch out for are the lunging, head things that try to pull you into them. Those are the ones that, will actually do some damage to you. But you can, if you know where they are and kind of see them coming to some degree, you can shoot them before they get to you, or before they do their thing. There's another guy coming up here. I just kind of got this game memorized at this point. After that, like it was like 2.5 New Game Plus runs. I don't think that fire over there actually can hurt us, but we need to get that on top. Yeah, I gotta. I think I need to do something with the effects volume. It's kind of acting funny. Alright, you gonna drop something for me? No. Yeah, it is. I'm in a desert here. I need some credits. I think I'm just going to upgrade. Like I said, I'll probably upgrade only 2 guns. And really just the damage is all you really need. Oh, so health does actually drop. Okay. I thought health was actually... oh, yeah, great. More health. Just what I don't need. I thought they disabled health drops, but I guess they're in here. I think I'm actually at full health, but I'll just grab it. Whatever. Alright, we gotta jump through the thingy. Yeah, so if anything, it's even more incentive for me to skip optional areas, because if I'm going to go into an optional area and potentially take damage or something, like, and not get anything really out of it other than like not even a handful of credits, then it's like not worth my time. Here's another criticism right here. There's a lot of there are admittedly a lot of these transitions with vents and stuff like that. I think Dead Space 2 had a lot of those too. That's what I remember. They had a fair number of those like different vent sections. So for this section, we can actually skip if I do this right. Oh, I got hit. So you can actually skip that part there. How much damage did I take? Oh, maybe I didn't take any damage. I just kind of bumped into the guy. So, yeah, that section you can actually just skip. And you can only kill one of those enemies either. Their AI is, you kill one of them and the other guy leaves. I just wanted to get my baton going here.
Those things do pack a punch, though. We are gonna need it.
Alright, yeah, get rid of our crowbar and get our nice futuristic stun baton thingy.
You're almost to the watchtower. I had to sneak through, but it's empty now, so you should be good. I'll meet you on the other side.
Yeah.
Won't really feel 100% back to normal here till we get grip. Grip is the there we go, right up against the wall. I feel like God, nothing from him either, really. Come on. No items. Oh, yep. Our friends are all hanging out in the other room there still. That's okay, we're moving on. I feel like let's just check the audio. Okay, that's what's going on. Okay, let's just... I had it way too loud before, so... Let's see how it sounds when I... Get a nice satisfying splat. So... But I think this game, I mean, obviously now that I've played it so many times, I know kind of where everything is. But first time you play it, especially in the maximum difficulty, I mean, there's a fair bit of tension. You know, the dodging mechanic is easy, but I mean, the game does punish you quite well when you screw it up. I mean, you take a ton of damage. I imagine I'm basically like 1 or 2 hit in this mode.
Almost there.
So we almost have the grip over here. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really gonna probably even use these health injectors. Alright, so you kind of get like a little ambush here. See, like right now, on the original thing, they really be ganging up on me more. Oh, didn't mean to block there. We'll see later too. I love the death animations in this game. They're actually really fun in person, but I'll see some of those later. I'll die at some point. Especially on the goofy slip and slide, I always die on that one. It's kind of semi-random. Wow, 2 credits. That was worth the fight. I can't remember if there's anything back over here again. Let's just double check. I guess not. So I think really, even if you explore a lot of the extra areas, there's really only enough credits for just upgrading like 1 or 2 things. You really can't. That's right, there's something, just the audio log in there. We're not really too worried about the audio logs. I know I'm supposed to go that way. I just want to double check and see if there was something over here. I don't think there is.
Not connectable.
No, it's just back to our cell. So here, we don't get the grip here. This is where we see Ferris again. Played by of course, by the always fantastic Sam Witwer. So got that at least, right? You know, he's never been in anything bad.
Hold your position.
He's not that I'm aware of. I'm trying to think what he's in now. He was in Force Unleashed, of course. Everybody knows him for that, which was great. He did some voice acting, which he's great at that too.
How the fuck did you get in here?
He was in The Mist, a bunch of other films too, but The Mist is what that's a great movie too.
Okay.
One of the rare good Stephen King adaptations.
You crash here, and then this whole place goes to shit.
But Mist works best as a
Look at me
first
when
time I
I'm
ever
talking
heard
to
Mist
you.
was like as a
What'd you do? Huh?
audio.
You can tell me. Are you
It's
different?
called audiobook. That's the best way I think to experience that. Lets your mind kind of fill in the. That'd be a cool game, actually, like a survival horror game. It's kind of like just basically rip off The Mist.
It's all yours.
Call it something else. You can save. Development money. You don't have to spend getting the rights to that and just rip off the mist somehow, and that'd be an interesting game. Like make it like sort of like a base defense type of thing, and slash like a social horror type of thing. Like you have to kind of keep your group of survivors, you know, morale up and everything.
Those things killed them.
Alright, I think we're actually at the next chapter here. So far, so good. Like I said, you don't really feel like 100% safe until you get the
Necessity
until you get
to
gripped.
do what is required. To make the hard choices.
Okay, I remember this part. There's a guy behind the door. Okay. Which is, it's fine. I think there's only like 1 or 2 points in the game where that happens. And I think if something like that, with a guy hiding behind a door or something like that, you got to use it sparingly. You know, you can't have that kind of like scare or that kind of situation. Nothing again, really. Wow, they're serious about the item thing here. You can't have that behind every door. Then it kind of gets old pretty quickly. So I know there's a skip right over here, fairly significant one. Let's just see. You gotta do some sort of like. It's a way. It has to do with the way the game loads in things. So a lot of games they load in based on where your character is, but Callisto actually loads areas based on where your camera is facing. So there's a way to do it where you can actually load a different area and unload the room that you're in, so you essentially fall for the environment.
Jacob, over here. Come on, man, move your ass.
That's okay, because I'm not trying to do a glitch run or anything like that. There's one little skip I might do, it still works.
You think that'll hold them?
I hope so.
The hell are those things?
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, we get contagion mode. It's supposed to be this month, according to the. Okay, well, what are we gonna predict here for these lockers? What are we gonna get? 4 credits.
Come on.
5 credits. Some ammo, like 1 bullet. So we got there's a whole lot of nothing. But I know there's like a thing here that lets you, I think gives you like a decent chunk of credits, I think. This is where we get our pistol.
Take that over to the reforge. You can use it to print a new weapon.
Which is a solid enough weapon. It's, you know, you don't really need, like I said, the riot gun's the best one in my opinion, just because it's given to you for free. So we got to open up our trunk here. I think the first time I played, I actually missed this this trunk. Okay, so it still gives you a pretty good amount of stuff here.
UJC Printing. Have a united day.
Alright, so let's get rid of... Ooh, yes, these are all kind of nerfed here. So we don't really need the health injectors. I mean, I'll keep 1. Let's get...
UJC Printing. For all your needs.
Or actually, I guess I couldn't have missed it my first time through because you need money to print the thing. And you need to print the gun to unlock the rest of the store. It is a nice touch too. The guns all do have a special skin as well too.
Now, I found an inmate with the skills to hack the network and call one down.
I think there's more skins actually coming out with
maximum security.
with the next set of DLC. I know there's gonna be like a what sounds like a horde mode coming out where you have to fight like waves of enemies, and then there's of course probably the one that everybody's looking forward to is the
So what's next?
or at least I'm looking forward to is the
Waltz our way in there?
story
I wish
DLC.
we could. It's not gonna be that easy, bro. Look, I've been here a long time. I've got privileges that you don't, so I'm gonna have to take you a different way. But I'll be your eyes and ears, and I'll guide you along.
Don't you leave me hanging.
I got you. Unless you know I'm part of that.
No, I'm afraid not.
Right, I'll get that door for you.
So, spoiler alert: Elias doesn't last all that long into this game, about halfway. But I saw some. There was some criticism. I'm trying to think of like any other criticism from like reviews and stuff I saw, or people think that people said. Actually, let's upgrade some stuff. See if we can't upgrade anything.
The choice is yours.
We don't want stability. We just want the damage one. So we're gonna need 800. And actually, no, screw that. We need what's it called? So lightweight. Increases length and offers melee combo. Okay. Break the assailant's arm. That's what we want. But we need to buy this one first.
Excellent choice.
Yeah, breaking the arm significantly speeds up the kill time. Plus, it kind of cripples the enemy. It makes them a lot easier to handle. So, yeah, we'll keep the bullets. Why not? So, but yeah, so Elias meets his end about halfway through the game, kind of unceremoniously for the most part. There's a little cutscene for it, but some are saying like, oh, well, why? They felt like he was a pointless character, but I mean, he's there to. He fills kind of a functional role, just like they said, like a lot of games, and it's. I think it's fine. They can kill him off, sort of something. It's not using ammo until you really have to. Ooh, 3 credits. Ooh.
Seems like it's infecting them, turning them into those things. Take that elevator down to the next level.
It's fine. I almost did like a. I'm playing the Dead Space remake too much. I guess I was like clicking down on my on the right stick there, like for like, okay, where do I go next? Because that's how Isaac pulls out his like little grid thing that shows you where to go next. But don't have that in this game. Don't know quite how far I'll get. Maybe I'll get like an hour or so. It's already. I do want to get to another game that I've been looking forward to. Okay, that's right. So I think the stealth mechanics work a little bit better on the basic enemies because they seem like they have a better detection usually. But yeah, on the actual enemies that you're supposed to use it on later, it just feels like nothing, of course, there. It just feels like it's way too generous. I don't think there's anything back here. Let's see. So, I mean, once we get to that point in the game, I mean, it's basically like a loot farm. I mean, you can just go through and just easily kill pretty much everybody. I think the only time I actually got caught was sort of just by accident. So this enemy can be fairly annoying because he likes to attack you while you're in the middle of things. Rather than using something like that. Alright, come on. This corner. Oh, he's gonna try to do this. You gonna drop anything? Yay, health. We don't need that. Usually those things would actually drop more in the way of credits. I don't know why the game's giving me health. It's supposed to like give you. I think that's how how it's designed is like it gives you like kind of what you need at the time. Like if you need ammo, it's gonna give you more ammo. If you need health, it'll give you more health. But if you're good on ammo and health, it'll give you credits usually. can stealth kill at least this first guy here. In like many games, it kind of commits the sin of, let's see if we can stealth kill this guy too. I just want to see if we can actually do it. Commits the sin of, no matter how brutal the kill is and how loud the kill is. Alright, so he's going to attack us. Alright. No matter how brutal and loud the kill is, it will not alert his buddies. That was kind of cool how he broke the glass. No. Okay. Oh, he didn't drop anything anyways. Oh, whatever. Alright, so we need to... Let's check and see if we got anything from this guy. Oh, wait. Wrong guy. Ooh, 3 credits. Ooh. So we need to get a key off of... Oh, that's right. I got to trigger... I'm going too fast for the game here. I'm like sequence breaking it here. Okay. First we got to get to the door, and then Elias tells us... Yeah.
Can't open it. You need to find security credentials. Look around for any dead guards nearby.
Found one.
Use your shield to dig out their implant.
Wait, what?
You don't have a choice.
I might just skip the...
Way through that door.
any upgrades for the pistol. Just get grip upgrades and save what credits I have
Do what you gotta do in
for
here.
the riot gun.
This place. We're changing you.
The skin is actually fairly cool, by the way. You got
Inmate,
writing and
return
stuff
to
on it
your
here.
cell immediately.
Like I say, it affects all the guns and everything too in the security baton. I was like certain he was gonna like break out. I think first time I came over this area, I'm like, okay, I gotta keep watching. And then there was a guy right here. I should disable the PTs. I hate PTs. I keep hearing something. What the hell? Huh. It's weird. I'm hearing something. It sounds like footsteps or whatever. Oh well. Oh, that's right. One of these is like an optional area. One of them is not. I want to say this is the way to go. Supply. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. I'm on the right path here. So, it wants us to go this way. So yeah, so they definitely take a lot more in terms of overall punishment here. It's really not that bad. 2 credits. I may as well run past them. There is one section where we're going to have to But I think at least that's the best way to do it, is to kind of run past. Although you can sort of stealth it too, a little bit later. I am playing on an Xbox controller here, too, an Xbox One controller. It's I don't know, it's something about this game and Dead Space and others where it just feels like it just feels more natural to fit. I know the keyboard and mouse is probably, especially for this game, a superior choice because you can really, especially with the grip, you can really do some crazy stuff. You can quickly kind of like whip people in different directions and stuff like that. So let's see. I know you can open this one and you get a little surprise. There we go. Oh, 50 credits. There we go. So the chests are worth it still. I almost want to go back to... I missed like one little secret area there. I was kind of skipped. But, so it seems like the chests are actually where the credits are at. Let's see. So you got to go in here. That's right. This is where we get our grip. So now we're officially overpowered. Game's over. I think I don't have any issue with the grip. I think it's I mean it's kind of similar to, it's just a little overtuned. It's sort of like stasis in Dead Space. Stasis can really be abused in Dead Space, especially towards the end of the game where you have just stasis stations. Say that fast, and you can just go through and. You can just go through and just like spam stasis on like a bunch of enemies, and it really trivializes the combat in some areas. I don't know why the frame rate's dropping in this area a little bit here. It's probably gonna drop right here in a second because you have like a little hologram jump scare. Oh, yep, I knew it was gonna do that. This section always like drops the frame rate right here. Plus I'm streaming too, so of course it's gonna impact on it. Alright, so we got a couple of guys coming here. And... So I think the original kind of design philosophy of the game was they wanted you to use the grip to kind of like juggle enemies around and stuff like that. So, oh, I didn't mean to. You can do kind of setups like that. So blocking, you actually do take a little bit of damage, which can be upgraded. God, this guy's That's there we go. That was a pretty epic finish one. Love the sound design. Okay, there we go. I don't mind getting the health in that. That segment there. Let's see. This guy drop anything? Nope. Five credits. So we get battery there. So batteries are pretty OP because refills your grip. I almost called it stasis. And as it was just established, grip is pretty damn good. A couple credits here and there. So how far away are we from?
Please make a selection.
I've got like nothing. So 900 for block break, really? Yeah, I think we're gonna skip any kind of can cannon upgrades. Man, yeah. They really, well, no one can complain about the, what's it called, item balancing on this, because it's like they give you nothing. So, we're about an hour in. So that's operating room, observation. We get to, let's see how far we want to get here. You can do a little trick to, oh, this area is kind of cool. You can do a little trick to, you see my stasis regenerated there. You can also just load a checkpoint. Or not my stasis, I call it stasis. My grip just recharge there. But you can also just reload a checkpoint.
Jacob, you made it. I'm going to open up the maintenance elevator. I'll get you up here, yeah?
Usually he like coughs here. Like maybe I'm gonna change that, or maybe I got through that section too fast or something.
Looks like it's busted.
Get inside. I can drive it from here.
You sure about that?
Gonna lower you down nice and easy.
Brakes don't look too good. Elias!
Trying. One of the motors shorted out when I transferred power.
Stop the cab! Stop it! Elias!
So yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter if I do like a block, I guess, or
How?
Just jam something into the brake.
once you get to like the boss fights in the game, they're pretty much one hit kills, even on regular like maximum security difficulty, some of the lower difficulties too. So it doesn't really matter so much if I'm low on health, because everything will be one hit anyways. And that's the issue. I think that, a lot more tension would be added, like say if they just added like some sort of stamina or more unblockable or undodgeable attacks, you know, things like that would be could make it go a long way.
Can't wait.
All right, so we got a section. Oh, that's right. Forgot about it. I always forget about this one. So you'll be seeing a lot of those guys dropping in. Sometimes they can actually drop things too. But you drop it this time. I can't remember what this fuse is actually. Oh, there's a guy that's surprised here. How'd you miss that guy? For one guy, it's kind of easy to sort of juggle him a little bit there. So. All right, I know there's another one of those tentacle things coming up here. I'm gonna try to take it out before. There we go. Some of them actually look like tentacle things, but they aren't. But if you get that music cue there, you know that you got one. And I know there's another one, I want to say over here. That's right. That's right, there's that thing there. I forgot about that. Alright, and another one right there. And, ooh, we should go for that chest. I know it spawns an enemy, but it is probably worth it. We should probably go for that. There's there's a good chunk of enemies coming up in this area here, but we got a full grip, so just gotta take advantage of all the spiky walls and fans and stuff they give you. There you go. Pretty sure this is a legit chest. Here, we'll find out.
Nice.
There we go. We don't need to worry about that thingy. And we got another thing up here. So they got probably like, I think like 3 or 4 enemies over here. I thought there was something that like was behind you here, but maybe I'm wrong. Alright, so we got the spitters here. Oh, crap. Spitters are the only ones I kind of want to focus on. Kind of like almost glitched a little bit there. Oh wow, they actually did it for me. Oh crap. Here's the other spitter. Wall there, so it actually took a couple hits there. Oh, he dropped something there. 26 credits. See, there we go. That's I knew they dropped. They dropped a little bit more usually, so I'm not really all that worried about restoring health just yet, because we might get some free health coming here too. Quickly forgot. What's it called over here? Oh, that's right. I've never actually seen this up here before. Grip is out, unfortunately. Look at that. That's like my... How many times through and I kept missing that. Whatever. We'll let it go. Not worried about it. Probably just like 2 credits in there anyways. Alright, don't think we're going to be able to get to that guy. Didn't drop anything for us though. I have a feeling the game's going to dump some health on us somewhere along the line here anyways. Don't want to waste 50 credits using a heal, so...
Look at the size of that thing. I'm in the elevator. I see the
We
shoe.
got our grip updated here. So I mean, you could kind of see on there where some of the enemies would sort of attack on out of turn to some degree too. So I mean, when it first started, it was way more kind of random with that, from my recollection of it at least.
Elias, can you hear me?
Sorry for not responding. This thing's found a way inside here. Really tearing up the place.
Can we still get to the shoe?
I think there's like
Yeah,
a...
but it's on emergency.
Okay, so here's a part where you kind of want to cheese it a little bit with the grip here.
I can get you over there.
Easier. But I thought there's like an item over here or something.
They'll carry you across.
We do have one room coming up that's a... I thought we had a... oh, I must have used the battery by accident. That's fine.
UJC Printing. Have a united day.
Let's get rid of this thing. Fine. I might... maybe I will use the injector, we'll see. I just feel like we're going to get some health beforehand, though. Game was like showering me with health stuff beforehand here, and now it's like, let's see what we got. Okay, so we got, so here's where grip is kind of the first kind of goofy grip section. Oh wow, I actually did get a kill off on him. I really should do the grip capacity. I could have stomped on the, what's it called there? It closed the door behind me. Oh well. Let's grab stuff here. Oh, I didn't see if it loaded the checkpoint or not. Grip battery, we'll need that. I suppose I could use an injector. That's right, another. You know what? Maybe I just will. That's right, I think it does like nothing. Because I'd rather have grip batteries. That's right, yeah, you can just go right for here if it's not powered on. See if how much this room freaks out with the all the animations and crap that'll happen here. I should just wait for my grip thing to. Oh, that's right. I think I can't remember where the checkpoint will actually drop me. Maybe it'll be. I think it drops me right here. So we can try doing that. So. All right. So here's the checkpoint. So let's do restart checkpoint. I think that refills our grip. Yep. Still works. You never know if they patched them, so. Free grip, why not?
The power finish is cycling up. Ready for a fight.
Oh, crap. He nicked me a little bit. This room is a death trap for them. So there's a battle. FPS is doing okay in this room. I mean, it's a very intense room. staying stable at 60 FPS here. Oh, come on. That's why I need to get the, I need to get the, what's it called, grip power upgrade, because it just, like, just has no oomph to it without that. Oh my god. There we go. Damn, there we go. So that was kind of fun. When you run out of the grip, it's kind of... See, I knew it. The game was going to give me some health, so we got a lot of core system. Potentially, at least. They're actually giving me some drops here. Oh, and another grip battery, too. And as I recall, there's a little guy waiting behind the door for us as well, too. Yeah, they're really starting to shower you with stuff here in this room. Let's go grab that other... What's it called thing? There's another injector over here. Okay, stomping everything. Funny little glitch there. Okay. Actually, what you can do is open this door and load and unload, and that will actually eliminate them. Whatever. Let's just use our thing here. Kind of limited inventory space when you start the game out here to get the suit. So this one you can do a little trick and he's gone. Alright, we are not doing too bad. Let's see here. We'll get through the, we'll meet Danny here, and then we will, oh, that's what we gotta sell. Then we'll probably call it after that, so it'll be about an hour and a half in already. Wow, I'm not going to keep one bullet here. We can probably save a lot of money later between the blind enemies and the if we pull off the cheese on the two head fights, which I think we might be able to. We'll find out. We'll see how well I can do it.
Done.
Okay, I did it. Got into the control panel.
Danny.
Even opened that cell.
On my way.
And that's right, we got a spitter over here. I should really try to kill him because like not throw him off the thing. Let's see if he can give me what's it called? That's really cool animation. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the flame guy. Oh, the guy. Oh, wait. Oh, God, will you just die? Okay, there we go. Jesus. Forgot about the flame guy. No! Did all that work and he fell off. Health injectors, what I don't need. I guess credits are credits. I suppose that's not too bad. If you sell for 50 credits, it's the same as picking up 50 credits, but it does take up an inventory slot.
Good. I'll be right there.
OS, are you sure this is the right one?
I mean, so far it doesn't really feel all that meaningfully different from maximum security difficulty. I mean, the item balancing obviously is very different.
Why would I help you?
By this point in the game, I would have had like 2 or 3 upgrades already. And items are very plentiful. The credits are decently plentiful as well too. So, I mean, that's definitely more challenging. Your options are very limited.
Thanks. I'll take my chances.
I think that's something else that
Word of advice, though?
another comparison to Dead Space that maybe
He's not what he seems.
warrants some criticism for this game is that in Dead Space weapons are, well, I guess in the remake weapons are handed out to you. And they originally had to purchase them as well too.
I
So
swear, Jacob, I had no idea who she was.
I thought you knew everything about this
that's right,
place.
this is just an
You know, I
audio
thought I
thing.
did too.
Yeah.
So what now?
Now you're trapped in there until the cell docks, which means I can get on the tram, but you can't.
Oh, right, yeah.
Figures.
Look, it's okay. I need you to go
Probably
to
wrap
waste
it up here
processing,
relatively
alright?
soon. I think we're hitting
Contact me
another
once you're
chapter.
there.
I'd like to end on just a new chapter.
Wait, the hell is that?
It's just a little something to help you out. Just trust in the plan, yeah? I'll see you soon.
Jacob's actually pretty acrobatic for being a space, truck driver. He's the acrobat. Probably hits the gym or something, I guess, between what's it called? I think we're hitting the skip soon here. As I recall. Oh, it's this section again, and of course I don't have any ammo. Maybe this kind of will drop some ammo for us. Because there's a lot of the, there's like at least 2 of the tentacle head things that pop at you here. Alright, you got ammo? Of course you don't. You got nothing. You got nothing. I think there's another way to kill him. I think we can actually use grip to kill them. If I'm not mistaken.
All in the tram now. You're gonna have to sneak out the way you came in. Look for a vent in the far corner.
Yeah, so these are obviously, I mean, not so well concealed, loading time, things here. Let's see. Okay, so there's one right here. Oh, cool. I did not know you could do that. So there's a way to kill them without ammo. And then we got the little things here, which you can just use our, just do a little QT to get rid of. And stomp.
What was that?
That one was waiting for me. No. Oh, that's right. You can't. Oh, I didn't actually skip that. You can't block those. Oh, so that's our first death. Oh wait, maybe you can block this. I was actually holding down dodge. Look at that. I love that. The guts and stuff. Like, he dropped nothing again. I wonder if like if it's randomized or like. All right. So we got. Maybe we can use grip to kill those things too. Or I can just try using block. Or, God forbid, I actually use my health injector. This is like the only section of the game I can think of where you actually have like a significant number of these little guys. It must be random because it didn't drop credits this time. What the hell? Maybe I'll use a hardest section of the game right here because I can't use my super dodge. All right, let's see if we can. I tried to do block there, so maybe you can't block them. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so there's not really like a good way to get around that. Thank God we have our cooler container here, because we can just do this. This is like a little mini game here almost. I'm like determined to get. No, come on. No. I know there's a way you can do this. There we go. Like there's got to be a way to do this. Here again. I want to say there's a chapter end soon here. A nice way to kind of bookend the stream here. So I do want to try that other game. I give him some credit for putting a guy in this section and the other section immediately before this as well too. It's this, you know, like a tight space that we're not really expecting to, you know, fight. Nothing from you too, huh? Alright, we gotta pull the thing off here. Oh, this is the goofy, goofy robot over here. I hate these things. Thankfully, there's only like 2 parts of the game of them. I can't remember if the robot can actually see it behind the crates over here. Just to be safe, we'll Alright, I'll sneak past this thing. You can kill the security robots here, but I think on like hard difficulty it's like 6 or 7 shots at least, and I have 2 bullets, so we're gonna sneak past them. I don't know how many it is in hardcore, so we shall just run past them here. Or sneak past him. There's an item over in the corner here, I want to say. Oh, credits. Yeah, they try to tempt you with stuff here. Alright, we'll let him do another pass here. Sneak right past you.
Made it to the tram. Contact me when you get to the checkpoint.
There are some instances in the game where they can follow you room to room. But, usually if there's like a transition area like that, they can.
One last thing. There's a trap in there to keep inmates from sneaking out.
Okay, we're coming to the end of this this chapter pretty soon here. I remember this part. I think my grip is full, because grip is like invaluable here, as it is in many sections of the game. Health, I'll take it. Ooh, a battery. I will take that. Oh, come on. I was dodging. Oh, that's where his body ended up. Let's go back for him. There we go. That was worth it. Oh wow, hey, they actually left out in this area. Is there a reason why we're crouching there? So I did not crouch. Oh, there's another one that spawned, I guess. Now he's dead.
I made it. I'm at the checkpoint.
Good. Now get to the window. Tell us what you see.
Oh, that's one hell of a view.
Yeah, you got the hell part right, bro. It's a big storm blowing and you don't want to
Okay,
get
so we're gonna wrap it up here
see ya.
pretty soon.
I got eyes on the hangar, too.
Got a decent chunk of the game done.
Yeah, ran plenty of jobs out of that place.
It's going pretty quick, even on hardcore here. Skipping some of the side areas and stuff. We're actually coming up to the actual skip part here. We can skip like at least a little bit. See if it. I want to see if it actually still works.
What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, you should work down there, collecting research, you might say. I made some recordings. Software
Like I said, this is not a like a story run or anything like that. So.
You will get to the dome.
Then what?
I'll pick you up at the tram station. Easy peasy.
All right. I'll be in touch.
No, you won't.
Well, we will be doing that for games in the future. So I'll be doing that for the DLC for this game and everything too.
Is there anything else you haven't told me?
This game came out and I kind of completed it before we started our streaming. So, anything else in here?
Yeah, you too.
God, they really don't give you much in the way of bullets, do they? So this should be the chapter transition. I just want to make sure there's nothing I missed in here. Don't think there is. Alright, and we'll get down here, and that is the, we'll be knee-deep in shit down here, literally. Alright, I think we will call it there. Good chunk of the game done. We are a little over an hour and a half in, so I'll be continuing the hardcore run here, but I want to try out a few other games too, mix in a few others, but we will get this finished. I'd like to get this done before the Contagion mode comes out. I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to work. That's going to be the permadeath mode. So technically we would have failed that already because I died to the goofy face lunger things. So that'll be interesting to do. But yeah, this has been Callisto Protocol hardcore run. I am Spectre, and with the Game Reactionist, and we will continue in part 2, probably tomorrow or Monday or something. Probably within the next couple days, we'll get this knocked out. Maybe probably 2 more streams, I'd say. We'll divide it into a nice 3 parts or so. Would be the goal. But that will be it.